Good evening and welcome to California Today. I'm Daniel Hall, sitting in for Lang Jiang. Here's a preview of the important stories we've got ready for you tonight. New evidence is out about the suspected shooter at a church in Orange County. We'll look at what sentencing he's facing as well as his alleged ties to a foreign adversarial organization. As dry weather conditions set in for the summer months, Cal Fire issued a warning for certain parts of the state. We'll look at which cities are facing fire warnings. And the FBI made a new announcement in the Southern California corruption probe. This time it involved a former head of the local Chamber of Commerce. The man accused of shooting at a California church banquet is facing murder charges. The district attorney said a death sentence might be on the table.
David Cho, the suspect in the California church shooting, has been charged with first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, and the use of a destructive device. Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer said Tuesday he did not rule out the possibility of a death penalty.
The lying in wait with the personal use of a firearm makes this case alone, without more, life without the possibility of parole, assuming we can prove all the charges and that the jury finds that the enhancements are true, or death.
Police said Cho drove 300 miles from Las Vegas to Southern California last weekend, carrying 2 semi-automatic weapons and 4 incendiary devices. He allegedly opened fire Sunday at a Taiwanese church luncheon in Laguna Woods, killing 1 local doctor and injuring 5 others.
Dr. Chang is my husband's primary care doctor. He's seen me, he's seen my mother-in-law, he's seen our kids. And I just felt it was important to pay respects to him and to the folks in his practice who are grieving today.
This case is about a person concealing themselves in plain view through the fact that they made everybody so comfortable because they had led everybody to believe they were just there to celebrate the life of Jesus and the pastor coming back from Taiwan.
Authorities said Cho is a U.S. citizen who grew up in Taiwan, but notes found in his car indicate his hatred of the Taiwanese, fueled especially by tensions between Taipei and Beijing. A local court ordered Cho to be held without bail Tuesday when he attended remotely from the Orange County Central Jail. Judge Cynthia Herrera decided to postpone Cho's arraignment until June. A federal hate crime investigation is also underway.
The Orange County Sheriff says the Laguna Woods church shooting was politically motivated, and new evidence, which appears to support that claim, is turning up.
The suspect, 68-year-old David Cho of Las Vegas, is originally from Taiwan. Online photos show that he's had close ties to the China Council for the Promotion of Peaceful National Reunification. This is an organization under the Chinese Communist Party's Unified Front Work Department, which is in charge of foreign influence operations. In 2019, the China Council established a Las Vegas chapter with Cho as one of the directors. A photo shows Cho presenting a banner calling for the eradication of pro-independence demons, which refers to supporters of Taiwan independence. Cho has been charged with 1 felony count of murder and 5 felony counts of attempted murder.
Cal Fire says weather conditions in some areas of Northern California are fit for wildland fire, combustion, and rapid spread. On top of that, climatologists forecast warm, dry, and windy conditions. As a result, Cal Fire has issued a red flag warning. Some of the areas included are Stockton, Sacramento, Chico, and Redding. Cal Fire encourages people to be cautious and take preventative measures to reduce the risk of wildfires. The FBI announced charges against the ex-head of a Southern California city's Chamber of Commerce. The announcement comes 1 day after the FBI began an investigation of the same city's mayor on corruption charges. The Bureau said a cabal was controlling the city. The former president and CEO of the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce was charged with making false statements to a financial institution. 57-year-old Todd Ament was scheduled to appear in a Santa Ana federal court on Tuesday. He allegedly lied to a mortgage lender about his assets when he tried to secure a home loan in late 2020. The loan was for the purchase of a $1.5 million home in Southern California's San Bernardino Mountains. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, a 99-page criminal complaint along with an affidavit was filed against Ament. The affidavit outlined how Ament, with the help of a political consultant friend, laundered more than $200,000 of Chambers proceeds. Ament and the unnamed consultant additionally led a small group of Anaheim public officials, consultants, and business leaders to exert influence over city government operations. According to court filings, Ament described the group as a cabal. On Monday, the FBI also announced it was investigating the mayor of Anaheim, Harry Sidhu, for corruption charges. According to FBI agent Brian Adkins in an affidavit, the FBI learned that the city of Anaheim was tightly controlled by a small cadre of individuals, to include Sidhu, a particular member of the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce, and others. The FBI did not explicitly name Sidhu and Ament together. Ament could face a sentence up to 30 years in federal prison. Gas prices continue to climb with no sign of gas tax relief anytime soon. Average prices have now hit a record high in California. Let's take a look at the prices.
Statewide gas prices have surpassed $6 per gallon in recent days. Mono County, which sits along the Nevada border, sets the record for the highest prices with its $6.76 per gallon. On the low end, Tuolumne County, just north of Yosemite National Park, has the lowest gas prices, averaging $5.72 per gallon. According to AAA, global oil costs, which are now over $114 a barrel, are driving these high pump prices for consumers. In fact, all 50 states have crossed the $4 per gallon mark for the first time on Tuesday. Andrew Gross, a spokesperson for AAA, said in a statement, "Even the annual seasonal demand dip for gasoline during the lull between spring break and Memorial Day, which would normally help lower prices, is having no effect this year." But for Californians feeling pain at the pump, gas tax relief is still pending. The governor and state lawmakers are currently stuck on budget negotiations. Additionally, previous bipartisan attempts to suspend the gas tax have failed to pass the legislature. But California, paying the highest prices for gas throughout the country, is nothing new. The state's highest in the nation prices is partially due to a 51-cent gas tax. Only Pennsylvania levies a higher gas tax at 74 cents a gallon for diesel and about 58 cents for regular gasoline. California also has environmental fees and a unique but more costly fuel blend specifically for the summer months. Both contribute to hiking up gas prices.
If it isn't inflation or gas prices, then it's food prices. A division of the U.S. Department of Agriculture released numbers for food prices last month, and it confirms what many people have felt already. Things are getting more expensive. Our reporters went out and talked to shoppers to hear what they're doing about it. Food prices are up, and shoppers are feeling it. Residents in the Los Angeles city of Walnut talked about the price increase and how they're changing their behavior around it.
We're just kind of eating different types of things. So instead of having more beef, you're having more chicken, things like that. We used to just go to the grocery store and get everything. But now, because of the things are so expensive, I'm coming here to the farmer's market because produce is very inexpensive at this place here.
According to the USDA, at-home food prices are expected to increase by 5 to 6% in 2022.
Oh, the prices are ridiculous. Yes. You can't fill your baskets anymore. The prices are just too much.
Welch said she is growing her own vegetables and fruits in her backyard to save money.
I purchased quite a few plants. I'm going to be doing that myself now. And I've never done it before, but I'm going to go in my yard and I'm going to start planting. Hopefully he can help us and we can afford to buy food and eat like we like to eat.
Others say the prices are frustrating to see.
So it's very, very frustrating because a lot of those people that make the rules don't have an idea of what the regular people are doing. They have a different perspective and they all kind of hang out with each other.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the price of farm products, meats, and cooking oils have already increased. The price of candies, cacao, and non-alcoholic beverages are also expected to increase this year. A Los Angeles judge ruled that a California equity law is unconstitutional. The law required increased membership by women on corporate boards. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Maureen Duffy Lewis issued her ruling Friday. The ruling comes 3 months after she heard final arguments in a long-running, non-jury trial regarding Senate Bill 826. SB 826 was passed in 2018. It required that certain California companies needed to have one female director on the board by the end of 2019. It required more women on boards by 2021. We're going to take a short break, but here's a look for the other stories that we've got ready when we come back. A Bay Area city moved to make itself a so-called abortion sanctuary. The move follows the governor's previous similar announcement in response to the Supreme Court Roe v. Wade leak. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department made a large marijuana grow bust. The sheriff said that increased police presence has led to decreased illegal activity around the drug. And a city is at odds with a local bird population. They say that overpopulation is polluting the natural environment, but conservationists have a different view. That and more on California Today. Over 100 Taiwanese Americans gathered over the weekend in San Francisco to support Taiwan attending the upcoming World Health Assembly, or WHA, meeting. The WHA is the governing body of the UN's World Health Organization. Additionally, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken voiced support of Taiwan participating in the WHA on Wednesday. Taiwan has sent an application to the WHO for attending the 75th annual meeting in Geneva from May 22nd to 28th. But the WHO has not yet responded to Taiwan's request due to political pressure from Beijing. Taiwan has been allowed to attend WHO meetings from 2009 to 2017. But since 2018, the WHO began to exclude Taiwan and sided with Beijing's One China policy. Rally attendees and the World Medical Association are now calling on the WHO to allow Taiwan to participate in WHO meetings. A Bay Area city declared itself a sanctuary city for abortions. The city council decided that people should be given access to the operation without question.
The Oakland City Council unanimously passed a resolution on Tuesday declaring itself a pro-choice sanctuary city. It would be the first city in California to do so. Council members gathered with supporters at a press conference.
This is the reason why we need access to health care. And access to health care is access to abortion. We know that just because something is made illegal, that doesn't mean that there's less abortions that are being had.
Council President Pro Tem Sheng Tao introduced the resolution, along with Vice Mayor Rebecca Kaplan and President Nikki Fornado-Boss. In a statement, the Associate Medical Director of Abortion Services for Planned Parenthood, Mar Monte, said after the heartbeat bill in Texas went into effect, they saw twice the number of patients from out of state. The resolution comes after a leaked draft suggesting that the U.S. Supreme Court will overturn Roe v. Wade, which legalized abortion.
Local residents in Los Angeles' Antelope Valley have been expressing concern of water theft and criminal activity. In response, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department set out to crack down on illegal marijuana farms, also known as grows. Let's take a look at what they found.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department announced Tuesday an increase in law enforcement activity has resulted in a decrease in illegal marijuana cultivation sites in the county. The LASD collaborated with the California National Guard Counter-Drug Task Force and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Together, they identified 350 outdoor illegal marijuana grows in the Antelope Valley this year. This is down from the 750 identified in 2021.
So we're seeing improvement here. This reduction in cultivation sites is directly related to increased enforcement activity here in the Antelope Valley.
Investigators are currently in the process of serving search warrants to 80% of the 350 identified illegal marijuana sites. The goal is 100% eradication by fall this year.
Reports of threats by armed individuals against members of the public living near illegal marijuana cultivation sites and people driving on public roadways near cultivation sites have occurred on a regular basis. This is a real incredible threat. The threat to the environment and wildlife cannot begin to be calculated as growers consistently use banned pesticides and fertilizers.
Residents and farmers in Antelope Valley continue to express concern about water theft, But to stay under the radar, illegal marijuana farms have been either drilling wells into the ground or trucking in stolen water.
With a state in a significant drought, the water used for illegal cannabis crops is alarming. Unpermitted water wells are being drilled, which threatens the underground aquifers.
On average, marijuana farms require a minimum of 3 gallons of water per plant per day.
They're stealing the water that belongs to this valley. It belongs to this valley, and it's 85,000 acre-feet of water. That's a lot of water. We're only allowed to pump 120,000 acre-feet of water. They're using all the water up that belongs in this valley for not the right purposes.
According to the California Water Board, 80% of California's 30,000 marijuana farms are illegal, but a majority of penalties only amount to a $500 fine and a misdemeanor. To further deter illegal marijuana cultivators, Supervisor Catherine Barger recently proposed to increase penalties to $30,000 per day for illegal grows. This is one of the highest punishments for illegal grows in the state.
The San Francisco house from the TV show Full House was falsely listed on sale for $37 million on Zillow, but it's not there anymore. Zillow confirmed the 122-year-old home was not for sale and removed the listing. In a statement to KRON 4 News, a Zillow spokesperson said, "We discovered a for sale by owner listing was illegitimate after it was posted and have since taken it down. We apologize for any confusion this may have caused." The home on 1709 Broderick Street in San Francisco's Pacific Heights neighborhood was last sold in October 2020 for about $5.4 million. Some cities in California are fed up with a certain group of immigrants, but not humans, geese. One city says Canada goose overpopulation is destroying the landscape and wants to do something about it. But conservationists tell another story. NTD's David Lamb reports.
The Canada geese is a common wild bird found in California, and so are their droppings. Some officials in the Bay Area's Foster City say it's been a problem. The city issued a statement saying these migratory birds have been taking permanent residence in and around the city due to favorable conditions. They stated, lagoon water quality testing regularly shows high E. coli levels, partly attributed to goose droppings, among other factors that have resulted in mandatory beach closures. The number of birds living in Foster City have doubled from 181 in 2020 to 323 in 2021. Some residents at a nearby park told us the geese are part of nature.
I don't mind. It's never bother me. Okay, you just need to watch your step and that's it. I know there is a season, I saw some periods of time. It's a lot, but it's okay. If they can just clean the beach maybe once a month, that will be enough, I guess.
The geese are good. It's good to see them. The kids love to see and play with them, and chase them and play around with them. But sometimes it's annoying when there's a lot of geese poop, whenever we want to play in the grassland or the sand. It's the geese poop is really annoying. Sometimes my younger kid tries to put things in the mouth. Yeah, I have to keep an eye on him. That is really bad.
A variety of non-lethal deterrents such as fogging, birth control, dog hazing, strobe lights, fencing, and other approaches have been explored and or attempted. But despite all that, the geese refuse to leave. As a last resort, the city has moved to exterminate the animals.
Geese feel joy, just like us!
An animal rights group held a protest on Tuesday.
These are valued members of the community who do not deserve to be rounded up, trapped and gassed to death when they're at their most vulnerable. They cannot fly when they're molting and they have their babies.
A spokesperson with Foster City told NTD that there's not a definite timeline on when the city will move forward with its plans, but they've already received one federal permit and pending another one. David Lamb, NTD News, California.
California is getting a new state park for the first time in 13 years. It's another part of the governor's new spending plan. The state plans to acquire a farm property called Dos Rios Ranch in the San Joaquin Valley to create a new state park. The 4-square-mile property sits southwest of Modesto near the San Joaquin and Tuolumne rivers. The land is filled with willow trees and valley oaks. According to the Modesto Bee, this will be California's 280th state park and the first new one since Fort Ord Dunes near Monterey in 2009. On Friday, Governor Gavin Newsom announced $5 million for the new park in his revised budget proposal. Now to NTD's Thomas Christian for your sports update.
I'm Thomas Christian, giving you the California Today Sports Roundup. Luka Doncic and Stephen Curry, two of the NBA's best talents, two separate generations of NBA greatness, and only one will be able to advance to the NBA Finals for a shot at a championship. Curry and the Warriors have survived old Western Conference foes in Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets in the first round, and then a young upstart Memphis Grizzlies team in the second. After many counted them out of being able to make yet another championship run with their old core of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, Golden State unveiled a new small ball death lineup, using their smaller, quicker players in Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole to fill in the gaps. This lineup proved to be their secret weapon, with many NBA media members warming up to the Warriors as the playoffs went on. The Mavericks, on the other hand, don't have a lineup or a particular strategy that led them to this point. Instead, almost all of their success can be attributed to their superstar, Luka Doncic. At 23 years old, Doncic may already be on track to becoming one of the greatest all-time players in NBA history. His offensive ability combined with a 6'7" frame makes him a formidable opponent to score every time down the court. The Mavericks run everything through him, both because of his basketball brilliance and the fact that no one else on his team is even half as good. Still, the Mavericks blew out the Phoenix Suns in Game 7 of their second round matchup. The halftime score was 57-27 in favor of the Mavericks against the team with the best record in the NBA this season. At the hands of Luka, that may go down as one of the most embarrassing losses in NBA history for the Phoenix Suns. The best of 7 series between the Mavericks and the Warriors tips off tonight at Chase Center in San Francisco. The second coming of the Golden State dynasty versus a basketball savant coming to break up the party. Tiger Woods will be back in the global golf spotlight when the PGA Championship gets underway this week after months of rehab from a horrible car crash in which he almost had his leg amputated. Woods already made his return to competition at the Masters in April and will take the next step in his extraordinary comeback at Southern Hills Country Club. There will be plenty of other storylines and great golf played at Southern Hills, most of it from a pack of hard-charging 20-somethings, including Masters champion and world number 1 Scottie Scheffler, but Woods is unlikely to be pushed from the spotlight. 46-year-old won the PGA Championship the last time it was staged at Southern Hills, hoisting the Wanamaker Trophy for a 4th time in 2007. While Woods always plays to win, few expect him to add to his tally of 15 majors this week. Woods worked the golf world into a frenzy at the Masters when he carded a 1-under par 71 in his first round of competitive golf since his horror car crash. He would make the cut, but 4 rounds on Augusta National's undulating layout proved too much, as the 15-time major winner closed with 6 over 78s on Saturday and Sunday, his worst ever scores at the Masters. And that's all for sports.
That's all for tonight. We hope you join us again on California Today every weekday at 8:30 p.m. If you have any comments or ideas for our show, or if you got some news leads for us, send us an email at california.today@ntd.com. I'm Daniel Hall, sitting in for Lang Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.